What's that? Yeah, I know it's not even dark yet. I got a big day tomorrow. I gotta get some sleep. I'm just gonna stay down here in the basement where it's quiet and dark. And I'll see you in the morning. Yep. Alright, good night. Oh, tomorrow's the day. Big day. Gotta make this happen. Gotta get some sleep, get rested up. Think positive, happy thoughts. Oh, let's see. Credit card number, enter. Credit card number, enter. Credit card number, enter. Refresh. Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Credit card, enter. Credit card, enter. Checkout. Keep the fingers loose. And the mind ready. All right, good night. Oh man, time to get up. Oh, today's a big day. Let's get this day started right, I guess. Oh man, felt good to get some sleep. Let's get going. Oh, no better way to start the day than with a big swig of ice cold water. Especially when you got a big day, gotta stay hydrated. Today's a big day. Now we hit the gym for a workout. Eye the tiger, baby. Eye the tiger. Whatever it takes, baby. All right, I got us a good workout in. Did a little bit of meditating. There's one more super important thing we got to do to cap off our morning routine. That's right, you guessed it. Cold shower. I'm not bringing you guys in there with me, but every morning, 1 minute minimum cold shower. All right, so there you have it. I've done everything I can do to have a good day, to start the morning right, because today is a big day. Let's see, I got lots of sleep. I hydrated, I worked out, I meditated. I don't even ever meditate. Does that do anything? I don't know, I figured it was worth a try. I even took a cold shower. I actually do take a cold shower every day though. You really should try that. So we're ready. We've done it all. We've put in the work. We got everything ready to roll. We're about an hour away from trying to make something happen. So stay tuned and we'll see if we can make it happen. Hey everybody, welcome back to Montana Garage. It is January 14, 2023, and the first race of the 2023 drag racing season starts today. That's right, we got a foot of snow or so on the ground here in Montana. It's January, it's winter, there's no real drag racing happening, but the first race happens right here this morning on the computer. The race to register for Rocky Mountain Race Week starts today at 9 a.m. 25 minutes from now. We're once again going to try to get into this race. I know my junk's not ready, it's not even close to done, but if the race takes place in June, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be ready in that time, and I'm going to do my best to get registered so we can attend Rocky Mountain Race Week this year. So follow along and see what happens here. That's right, Moose. Drink up. Stay hydrated. This is tough stuff we're doing here. I think it was like 2 minutes last year before I got done with the form and I was already too late. So we're ready to go. I got the webpage up. I got the credit card handy. Moose is here to help. Cross your fingers. We have better luck this year. All right, here we go. Less than 2 minutes. I've already started doing the refresh game. So far, nothing. One minute, according to my computer. All right, I say 9 o'clock. Still page not found when I hit refresh. All right, I think we got something going on here. One, get tickets. Auto-filled, 1855. Stick shift, XL, L. Check out now. Confirm. Place order. All right, that's how long it took, less than a minute. Getting the spinning wheel order received. I think we're in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got some work to do. We're going to Rocky Mountain Race Week. Hell yeah, you heard the news. All the preparation, all the meditating. I think the secret was the cold shower, but all the hard work that I put in, it paid off, and we got into Rocky Mountain Race Week. So we are going racing. Maybe. We just got a little bit of work to do. Oh, before I go any further, I'm going to need your guys' help. I know there's some of you guys out there that have built, you know, drag cars, race cars, just regular cars. But the problem I'm going to have lots of problems, stay tuned. But some of the problems I already know I'm gonna have is I got a couple questions. I have the NHRA rule book and I gotta build things to certain specs, you know, to go certain speeds. This car, small block Chevy, naturally aspirated, 4-speed, it's not gonna be that fast. I drag raced it in, like I said, in the 90s and I think it was low 13s, but I spun tires forever. I could never get the thing to hook. So now I got better tires and better suspension. So I'm hoping to get a little faster, you know, maybe into the 12s. Anyways, I'm building it, trying to build it, you know, to where I can race it it can go 10s. I'm not building, I don't have the power to go 10s. What I'm saying is I want it to be able to pass, you know, tech to be able to race 10s, and someday I can put more power in it. I'm gonna need your guys' help with a few questions about how to do a few things. So stick around to the end, I'll ask you those questions and you can comment below and hopefully help a guy out. All right, if there's any of you guys out there in YouTube land that follow me here at Montana Garage and you haven't heard of or don't know what Rocky Mountain Race Week is, it's a drag and drive event. You can type it in the little YouTube search bar up there and you'll get all kinds of cool videos. Type it in there and check out some videos from, let's see, there's a bunch of them, but some of the ones I've watched, 1320 video, Alex Taylor Racing, Cletus McFarland, Motion Raceworks, Tom Bailey, there's countless more. But anyways, it's because of those folks and the videos and other folks too that I didn't mention, Mike Finnegan, Roadkill, you know, those guys. I watched all their silly videos, and so now I think, well, that looks cool, I should go do that. And so because of that, because of them, I'm in this predicament where I gotta get this car done, and I think I have 153 days. Yeah, the bad news is it's already been a week since I got in and I haven't done squat. So we're right on schedule. As usual, we're falling behind before we even start. Anywho, so a brief description of what it is. It's gonna start in Great Bend, Kansas. I have to get myself there. It's like a 15-hour drive here from the Montana Garage to get there. I'll probably trailer the car to that point. And then you gotta leave your truck and trailer, you hop in your drag car / street car, and then you make a pass at that track, and then you have a certain route you have to follow to get to the next track. In this case, I think, don't quote me on this, I'd have to look at the schedule again, but I think we go from Great Bend, Kansas to Kearney, Nebraska. So you drive to Kearney, Nebraska, and then you make a pass there, and so forth. We go to, from Kearney, Nebraska, maybe to Bandimere, which is in Denver, then Pueblo, Colorado, and then back to Great Bend to finish. So I drive 15 hours to get there. I spend a week racing and driving across, you know, Rocky Mountains, I guess they say. We go to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado anyways, when it's possibly up to 100 degrees or more. And obviously I won't have any, well, I won't have air conditioning, or I'll have some type of air conditioning because, you know, we got the badass wing windows. So we got that going for us, so we should be fine. Then you get back to Great Bend, Kansas at the end of the week and you finish and you party and you say, yay, we made it. And then you got to drive 15 hours to get back home. So I'm not sure why, but it sounds like fun. We're obviously not going to be going super fast. You know, this is just a small block, naturally aspirated. I think it ran low 13s back in the day when I raced it. That's the other thing. I haven't drag raced. I actually been on a drag racing track since the 90s, like 1991 one maybe. So I got to learn how to drag race too. So follow along in this journey. We got to build the car. I got to learn how to build it. I'm making that up as I go. And then I got to learn how to race it. So this could get interesting. So obviously what we have here is an example of the world's greatest car. A 55 Chevy two-door sedan. That's right. Sedan with the post. Hardtops are all right. You hardtop guys are all right. But the sedan guys, the sedans are obviously superior. Obviously. All right, so what do we have to do to make this silly dream / goal of mine happen? Plenty. First, let's start with the brief overview of what the car is. Again, if you guys are new here, please go back and watch some of my other videos. I got quite a few videos of the 55 Chevy here. It talks about the history of the car and all the work I've done up to this point. But just a quick synopsis, is that the right word, of all that right now is, I got this car from my dad when I was in high school. He had it since the early 70s. Somehow I talked him out of it when I was a sophomore in high school. I promptly blew the motor up. So then it sat for a year or so as I rebuilt it. I was flipping burgers for $3.35 an hour. So it takes a long time to pay a $30,000 machine shop bill at $3 an hour. But I got her back together, small block Chevy, 327, bored over 60 thousandths, I think. What does that make it, a 333 somewhere? I did the math a long time ago, I don't know. Camel hump heads, it's got some high compression pistons in it, and I don't know what, I lost the cam card, so there's obviously some sort of, non-stock cam. It makes enough power to, have fun. It had 411 posi in it, so I could spin the tires and do donuts and make tire smoke, and it was loud. Fast and loud. Seems like I've heard that somewhere before. Anyways, so it was a fun car. Somewhere along the line, it used to be my only car. I drove it to work. This was early days, like when I first got out of high school. At some point, it got parked, and then I drove it once in a while, and then I got married and had kids, and it just sat here. But I've always had it, and I'm always gonna have it. There's one guy, I can't think of your name right now. I know you're watching. You're waiting for me to die so you can buy it for cheap. So keep watching. That could happen. You never know. But anyways, I'm gonna get this damn thing. I forgot where I was even going here. Man, I'm getting old. Where I was going was one day I keep saying 10 years, but I bet it was closer to 15 years ago. My son wanted to work on the car, and I used to drive it around the neighborhood and go spin Brody's over in a cul-de-sac over here, and the kids, my son laughed and giggled, and my daughter screamed like she was dying. So it was fun. We did that a couple times. And then my son wanted to come. I can't remember if there was something wrong with it and we couldn't go do that, or he just wanted to work on it, and I didn't really have the money I needed to go forward and make the car better. So I thought, well, something we can do together. We'll come out and we'll take the engine out, because I had some stuff I wanted to do, and that was 15-ish years ago, and here she sits. But for the last few years, we've been not very diligently working. We've been working on it, but not very diligently, trying to get this thing back together, so we can, enjoy it instead of just work on it. So here's where we're at now. As you can see, obviously we got the motor in the car. We have the transmission in the car, 4-speed. That's for you, Brent. We have the rear end not in the car. We got the old Bluetooth rear end there. I just got the tires sitting there because I was taking some measurements to try to figure out the rear end. I do have a quick performance Ford 9-inch on the way. That will be here shortly, so we'll be able to throw that in. There's not a lick of wiring in the car. I have the front brake system installed, but no brake lines or brakes. Obviously, there's no brakes in the back and the rear end. There's no fuel tank or fuel system. Fuel system, that brings me to something I haven't decided yet. I just ran a carburetor on this thing before, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. But I do have the Phytech fuel injection on the DDSS 57, so I'm thinking about stealing that and putting it on here. Haven't decided. Let me know what you guys think about that. So next steps are interior. And when I say interior, I don't really mean interior. Bucket seats. I got some bucket seats. Actually, they're in those boxes right there. I'll show them to you some other day. But I got to figure out how to get the bucket seats mounted. We're going to put a roll bar in here. Let's see, it's a 8-point roll bar. It'll have some door bars and bars back into the trunk. Again, because we want to be able to someday run 10. I'm going to have a swing out roll bar on this side, or swing out door bar on this side, in hopes that I can still utilize the back seat. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Wiring, I have a brand new wiring kit in the storage shed, otherwise known as the 57 sedan delivery. See, American Auto Wire, got a brand new wiring kit for it. I got some miscellaneous ignition parts here still, ready to go. NSD box, coil, that sort of thing. So yeah, it seems like we have a ton to do, but throw some seats in it, throw a roll bar in it, wire it all up, put the fuel system in. Cooling system, I have my old radiator here. as you can see, it had some issues back in the day. It had a leak, so we just soldered them shut. So I need a new radiator. Again, I may just steal the, what is it called? This cold case. Cold case cooled, baby. There's a cold case, brand new aluminum cold case radiator in the DDSS 57, so I may steal that, and then I may replace that. I have another Tri-5 radiator back there that I think is good, so that may go in this 57, and the 57 radiator go in here. I got to get this core support cleaned up. Like every other Tri-5 in the history of man, the core support was cut. This one they didn't cut completely out. They cut it on this side and folded it out of the way, welded it back together. I was gonna try to straighten this up and clean it up a little bit, but I seen I could get a new one, so I got just a new top bar. It was less than 100 bucks. So we'll get that stuff cleaned up and on there. Front end parts are over here in the corner. Inner fenders, they still got old lacquer primer on them, so I gotta get them cleaned up. And then throw the wiring in. So yeah, bucket seats, roll bar, wiring, fuel system, and then vroom vroom, she makes noise, right? So of course we have some body work to do, and that's optional in my book. I mean, I'm gonna do it someday, and I should have plenty of time, right? What I say, 153 days. I mean, of course the guy's gotta work and do other stuff in that time, but I should be able to, when I say finished, it's not gonna be, you know, finished. I'm gonna be, hopefully all that stuff I said will be done. We'll be driving it, testing it, doing a little racing in it before we have to go. I won't leave it in bare metal, obviously. Hopefully I'll get some of the body work done and get it at least an epoxy primer. Maybe I'll get it painted, but you know, that's not important to me right now. I mean, I want to get it done, but I need to get it ready for this race. So interior, I'll probably have the seats in it and carpet, and then door panels and all that stuff that's down the road a ways. So that's what we're trying to do in the next few months, so we can go torture ourselves and try to have some fun and meet a bunch of you guys and just, yeah, become part of like that road week family, you guys, or race week family. You guys, it looks like a killer time from all the videos I've seen, and I can't wait to try it. So like I said, I need your guys' help on a couple things. All right, so I have the NHRA rule book and I read through it. I know, you know, you got guidelines you got to follow for certain, you know, if you're going to go 10s, you got to do this. If you're going to go 850, you got to do this. But a lot of it is just general regulations too. So in the general regulations, it talks about seat mounting. Okay, and that's what I'm getting ready to do next. As I said, I have the bucket seats. I'm ready to mount the seats. And I just got them yesterday. I haven't pulled them out of the box yet, so I haven't really looked at it technically to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do. But the rules say you gotta have 4 bolts holding the seat down, and they gotta all go into the frame or cross members, and you have to have a bolt in the back of the seat to the roll bar. So let's start over here on the 57 because I got a better example here. So this setup is similar to what I'm gonna have in the 55 as far as roll bar, door bar, bucket seat. Now the only change is this is like a racing seat. In the 55, I'm just putting not stock seats, but stock style bucket seats. So the first issue we have is mounting on the floor. These have, no, I wish I was back over there. Let's talk about the second issue. The second issue is you got to have a run a bar from the roll bar, or it's got to be 1 bolt from the roll bar to the back of the seat, which I have to do that in here too, and I haven't done it yet, but it's no problem in here. You know, these seats actually swivel. I got to fix that because that doesn't count either for racing, but you just got to put a little brace in here and tie it in, and I can make it adjustable. It's not a big deal, but this has got a hard plastic kind of body. On a stock type seat, there's really no way to, like, it's just like springs and cushion. How are you supposed to mount a bolt onto that? Or is it something that doesn't really, it's in the rule book, but they don't really enforce or check? Or I just don't want to drive 15 hours and then have them say, oh, you don't have a seat mount on your roll bar, you can't race. So if you guys are doing that, and I can figure it out on a race style seat, but like on a stock style seat, how do I accomplish that? Or how are you accomplishing that? Or do I need to not, is it something I don't need to worry about? The other question about the seat mounting is it's got to have 4 bolts through the floor into the frame or cross member. So on a 55 Chevy, as you can see, we have a flat spot. This is where the original seat mounted, and then we step up. And this is all just floor. If I were to look, you were to look underneath here, you can't really see anything. But there's no, I mean, the frame goes right through here, and then there's nothing in here. So right in here, there's a cross member. When I had bucket seats in here before, I just had them basically bolted to the floor. If I could look, that's probably why I welded them shut, but there's probably a hole there and there. So I guess my question again becomes, how technical I mean, obviously safety is important. You got to do it the right way, but I'm pretty sure. So these are the original mounts. I can probably make some sort of mount to get at least the outside 2 bolts in here. And I can probably put one into this cross member here, but there's not going to be any kind of cross member up here. Now, obviously I can weld some sort of frame underneath there, and it's just kind of a weird spot. And I have, like I said, I haven't really dove into thinking about how I'm going to do it. Can a guy get away with just, you know, adding a piece of plate under here for it to go on? Or do I really have to have, you know, the cross member? And how technical, I guess, when you go to get teched in. I haven't drag raced since like the 90s, like I said. And I think all they did then is they said I needed to put a coolant overflow. I had to add like a, you know, a Pepsi bottle for a coolant overflow, and I was good to go. Yeah, if any of you guys have experience with this seat mounting and how much I need to worry about it, let me know. I'm going to start kind of planning on that. That's kind of the next thing I'm getting ready to do here. So I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of other questions about that Itinerary tech stuff as I roll. The other one's concerned with the roll bar. I got to put the roll bar in a full frame car. The roll bar has to mount to the frame. So if you watch all the videos about installing roll bars, most of them, they just put a little metal plate here and stick it on there. Well, I got to cut holes in the floor and go to the frame, and I have an example of that over there. But it's a little weird how they did the front, but I'll probably have some questions about that too. If anybody has advice on the roll bar, that would be awesome. I've watched a few of you guys, BW, Chris over at Ironhead. You guys both did some roll bar videos. What's the new one that I started watching? Vintage Hot Rods. He put a roll bar in a 55 also. But none of those guys actually, I think, really totally followed how it has to be by the NHRA guidelines. So they gave me some good ideas. If anybody else out there has some good ideas, let me know. Comment below. Help a guy out. All right, so that's enough rambling for this video. I'm just super excited to finally be into Rocky Mountain Race Week. Hope you guys will follow along. They're gonna have a series of videos here, obviously, of trying to get the car ready, and then, you know, go on to Kansas and making the journey. I'll make videos and hopefully talk to some cool people along the way. So hopefully you guys will follow along. And then if anybody wants to help a guy out with that, you know, I'm not asking for, I'm going to do a GoFundMe. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just kidding. No GoFundMe. But if you do want to support me, there's a few ways you can do it. So first of all, just watching the videos. The main thing is watch the videos. I appreciate you guys watching the videos. And then the second part of that is tell somebody new about it. Because a lot of you guys like the videos. You tell me they're great and you wait for new videos. But if, you know, just tell a few more people so we can get a few more people that may like them as well. So watch and share the videos. Hit the little thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, obviously subscribe. You know, that helps with the algorithm and all that stuff. So hit the subscribe button. And then I have a membership. I don't talk about it much. I got a few members, not a ton. I appreciate you guys that are doing that, where you just pay a small monthly fee, a couple bucks, and then you get a few extra videos on the side. And anyways, check that out. There's a join button somewhere. And then the other thing you guys can do, I've talked about this a little bit, and Dave just did it. Thanks a lot, Dave. He went to Amazon through my link. So if you go in any video, I usually have some sort of Amazon link. And then if you click on that link and go buy whatever you're going to buy at Amazon, I get a little bit of commission. So I just made like 35 bucks thanks to Dave. I didn't have to do anything. It didn't cost him any more money. He just a couple extra clicks on the computer, and then he paid the same price he was going to pay for his stuff anyways. And then I got some of his money instead of Jeff Bezos getting all of it. So you can support the channel by doing that. Any money I make through that stuff obviously goes right back into the car or into the gas tank or whatever to make this journey happen. So I appreciate all you guys watching, and hopefully we're going to get this done.